welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am giving you guys all the ins and outs of the fashion industry and what it's really like working in the fashion industry. This is definitely a question I get actually quite frequently, mostly because of my videos that I do for Columbia. You can check them out down below in the description box. But I graduated from Columbia College of Chicago with a degree in fashion business in 2018. So because of that, a lot of people watch those old videos and they have questions about the fashion industry, and luckily enough for me, I actually landed a full-time position doing what I truly wanted to do when I left college. So I'm going to give you guys kind of the tips, the scoop, the tea on all things fashion industry and how you can better your chances of possibly landing a job in the fashion industry. So let's just jump on in. So I do work at a men's denim company. There's no women's wear whatsoever. It's 100% menswear, from bottoms, swimwear, tops, accessories, that type of stuff. What I do every day is pretty much production, sourcing, and design. So a lot of my day-to-day work is reaching out to our manufacturers, reaching out to vendors, designing new products, picking new fabrics, that kind of things. To eventually get our shipments in, talking shipment times, talking, you know, freights, all that type of stuff. So I felt like, you know, this is good information for you guys to know going into this. I mean, what I do is pretty much a very, very popular job within the fashion industry. I am literally the person assisting in production, helping with designs, picking fabrication qualities, picking raw materials from buttons and zippers and threads. So a lot of that is so fun and creative. So this is truly a real job. You know, this isn't like a stylist or a buyer or any of that type of stuff. I'm working really hands-on every day with our product. All right, so I did write some things down on my phone. So if you see me looking here, that's why. But I'll just kind of get started. A lot of these are just kind of random things that I've learned after working in the fashion industry. These were things I definitely did not know in college. So I'm just gonna jump right in on the first item, which is working overtime and not getting paid for it. So when you start working in the fashion industry, a lot of your time is not going to be compensated. Essentially, most jobs pay you for 40 hours every single week. Then those 40 hours for every week turns into 4 weeks for a month, every month for 12 months, and that's your annual salary. There's really not a lot of overtime pay like some other jobs might be offering you. So when you're working in the fashion industry, there is a lot of work that has to go into it. A lot of that work you're not getting paid for. I can't tell you how many times I have gone to work at 8:30, 9 in the morning. I get in the car right home. I'm working in the car on my hotspot. Get home, work at home till 8, 9 o'clock at night. You know, there's really not a lot of overtime pay for all of that. But pretty much what I'm trying to get at is the time that you put into your career, you will see that pay off later in the future, whether that be through bonuses or a promotion, or even possibly just enhancing your learning abilities to take you on to your next job in the future. Next thing I learned about working in the fashion industry is traveling for your job is not glamorous. I'm sure you've seen plenty of stylists. They're going to Paris or the UK and they're doing all these luxurious, extravagant trips, sipping on some tea and crumpets, and it's just oh so amazing and fabulous and rich. Honey, no. Welcome to reality. So when I travel, a lot of what we're traveling for is going to our factories where our product is being made. Full disclosure, our products are being made in China and Egypt currently. But what we do on our trips, a lot of times we might be looking at new factories. So we're sourcing new locations to make our products, because as a growing company, you need to put more eggs in different types of baskets. There's a saying of too many eggs in one basket. So let's say if our China factory fails one day, we have no one else to lean up against. Similar to Egypt, we can fall back on China for that. So a lot of the times when we do travel, we are looking at new factories, we're looking at new locations. Also, when we go to our current factories and we make sure everything is pretty much going according to plan. We'll go there to look at our current production. We'll kind of look at the line of sewers sewing our jeans. We'll check to make sure samples are coming in accurately, measurements are coming in accurately, raw materials look accurate. Additionally, we make sure that the entire factory manufacturer is obeying by their country's laws and rules and regulations. So we want to make sure if they have to wear masks or ear protection, eye protection, that they are doing that. If they're using a handsaw, that they're using a glove. Those types of things we're also looking for. It's pretty much like a quality control kind of checkup to make sure everything is in tip-top shape, as it was when we signed a contract to do work with them. When I say, you know, traveling's not as glamorous, a lot of times what we're doing is, I mean, we're going to China. And yes, China is 100% a very beautiful country, but, you know, I think the misrepresentation of traveling in the fashion industry is you're going to Paris and you're wearing berets and heels and all that type of stuff. Not here. In China, you are walking around all day. You're walking around the factory. You're sitting, you're listening, you're on your computer. So I dress pretty casually, kind of like a business casual with a blazer, t-shirt, jeans, flats. You walk around with a backpack and just a lot of normal business duties. You know, there's no Instagrammable features going on here. One of the questions I get a lot is types of jobs that are in the fashion industry. And I think a lot of college students grow up with the thought of, in the fashion industry, you're either a stylist or a designer. Those are the only two things, but you are wrong. There's so many different routes in the fashion industry that anyone can take. For example, you know, when we look at the fashion industry as a whole, there are many different groups under that. Men's, women's, and children's wear. Within those three groups, it kind of breaks down again. So we'll just use men's, for example. Within men's, there's ready to wear, there's fast fashion, there's couture, there's designer, there's shoes, there's accessories, all that kind of stuff. And then each of those go down. So let's just take ready to wear, for example. Ready to wear will break up into tops and bottoms, and then from bottoms we're into denim, trousers, twill, chinos, that. So pretty much a lot of these different areas do break down into this huge array of jobs, essentially. And I can honestly consider myself a designer in my own position. Although I did not go to a design school, I don't know how to draw, I am at work every day pretty much drawing out items on my computer, in my kind of Illustrator software. So I do that. I do pick fabrications. I do source new fabrics and new technologies that we should be including in our designs. So within those areas, it can split up into a lot of other different jobs. So what I always tell people to do when they're looking for a job is look at a huge company. So look at maybe Abercrombie & Fitch, maybe even Nike. And just go look at their careers and see all the hundreds and different jobs that they're offering. A lot of times these huge companies need one person to do one niche job. That one niche job could be, I don't know, looking at their performance wear socks. That's one job. That's one person looking at Nike performance wear socks. The next person could be looking at the colors. So there's one person at Nike who is literally picking colors all day for new lines. So there are many, many, many other opportunities and many different jobs that you can look at that aren't just design specific or styling specific. There are definitely jobs out there if you're 100% interested in the fashion industry. This kind of takes me into my next question that I get a lot is, where in the country can you work in fashion? When I was in school, the biggest question I got from my family is, are you gonna move to New York? Are you gonna move to LA? It's like, why would I need to move there? You know, there are jobs here in Chicago. I don't need to move to New York City or Los Angeles for like the top fashion job. And I mean, 100% my family's right that those two cities are where the most fashion jobs are located, but that doesn't mean they are only excluded to those areas. I mean, for example, Nike is in Oregon, Abercrombie & Fitch is in Ohio, I think Kohl's is in Wisconsin, you know, and then I'm working for a men's denim company here in Chicago, Illinois. So there's a million different companies that aren't just in Los Angeles or New York. You know, there's Texas, there's Florida, there's hundreds of companies that you can look at that might just be in your area and you don't even know it. Another question I get is, how long can your career last? A lot of times people might get the wrong impression of, oh, like that job's not gonna last forever, or, you know, that's not like a career I wanna be in long term or stuff like that. And your career can truly last as long as you want it to be. To be transparent, the position I'm in right now, I kind of just recently this year kind of really full throttled been doing production. In the years past, I've worn many different hats, and that's just the nature of a startup company. But I was doing customer service, I was doing operations, I was doing warehouse, freight, shipping, all that type of stuff. Now, officially, I'm kind of more tailored in my job position that I want to be in. And to be honest, you know, these jobs cannot necessarily be taken over by robots. I think a lot of times, you know, we look at the food industry, which, you know, now there are machines, there's automated iPads and all these kinds of things that you just press and touch and pay and you're done. You don't need a human to do that. In the fashion industry though, you'll always need humans there. And that's kind of the best part about it. A robot might be able to tell you what the next trends will be in spring, summer 21, but a robot can't, you know, design up products and be oh so creative enough to pick the color story and the products and the items. And, you know, there are technologies out there to assist with that and to tell you what products are selling well and what products you should replenish on. But at the end of the day, your career can last you as long as you want it to be. One thing I think we learned about coming out of this pandemic is that the fashion industry is still here. You know, yes, there's a lot of sales and there's a lot of discounts going around, which definitely hurts companies, but the fashion industry is still going strong. We are still preparing for fall, winter, because those seasons, they always will come. They'll never stop. Just because we had a pandemic doesn't mean winter's not coming, and so we're not making sweaters anymore. You know, every company has to design these products and produce them and ship them and get them in their stores. So there's always room for jobs in the fashion industry. So it's pretty much my last question, but if you guys have any questions at all, make sure you leave them down below or make sure you DM me on my Instagram account, and I'm always available to answer any of your questions. Just hit me up and your girl will let you know your answer. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe. You guys, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. Get me there. I mean, if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'd probably be one of like those bloggers who do like a giveaway. I mean, like, why not? I made it to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. Let's go. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.